What's up, Steeler Nation? We are the Observers worldwide today. It's Chris and Smo. Smo, where are you at? In Zimbabwe?
Currently in Sydney, Australia. It is Wednesday, 4:11 p.m.
And I'm out here in Dallas. It's 11:11. Make a wish. Hopefully, this offense figures something out because we had some high hopes after that Bengals game, right?
Yeah, we haven't talked since we had I think two of us had some work trouble last week too, so I've been gone for quite some time. So we haven't even talked since Canada was fired, I don't believe.
No,
Yeah, I think if we could go back and read, because I know I picked the Bengals to win that game. If I knew that Canada was going to be fired, I would have taken the Steelers just on the, not that I thought the offense was going to be that much different, but just on like the emotional, I just feel like when things like that happen, usually teams rally around. It was an easy thing to see, like, oh, I bet the offense plays pretty well post this big change. And they did, or they moved the ball well, I should say. They still didn't score any points, but they moved.
no, no points were scored. But yeah, we made it exciting. We actually attacked the middle of the field. We had a tight end sighting.
Yeah, what do you have? 9 catches, over 100 yards?
He had like 120 yards.
Yeah, it was the offense looked better that game. Middle of the field, very easily could have had at the very least 23 points if Deontay doesn't drop a ball. Um, 23 puts you in a good spot. If they were consistently scoring 23 points, I think we'd be thrilled with that.
Mhm.
So, they should have at least had 23 if they convert one of those field goals and cash it out. Maybe it's a 27-point game. But you just saw the makings were there. The game was still closer than it needed to be, which is an issue that, we'll get into as we talk through the next game. But definitely looked better and had us feeling pretty good moving towards the rest of the season.
Yeah, and the pass game opened up the run game. I mean, that was the best that Najee looked all year. He is doing well with explosive runs, but he was a man on a mission against the Bengals.
Yeah, they've been good to work in the 1-2 punch with he and Jalen. You can kind of see what they do with them a little bit in terms of, it's a lot of tosses, moving
Mhm.
the moving the line quite a bit. They're still not the best at just kind of attacking up the middle, it seems. Like it's usually because a guard pulls or they toss something to the outside and they get guys in space. Um, that being said, yeah, they've run the ball quite well the last 5 or 6 games. That's still what the offense is based off of. And there was at least a little more play action in that Bengals game. Like if you're going to run well, then you need to be able to operate off of that, which they hadn't been doing up to that point. So, hopefully that's something Mike Sullivan can enact on that Matt Canada seemingly was allergic to.
Right. Yeah, we had high hopes after the Bengals game, and then we were smacked right back down to reality whenever we got up against the Cardinals. And it was one of those Tomlin specials.
Yeah, I feel like this was more than a Tomlin special. It's not just that they lost. Like I think I'm down on this team more so. I was down on them quite a bit after that Browns game and letting
Mhm.
that one slip through. Like the division, the number for some reason they were in shot of a number one seed. Like all this stuff was just handed to them with the quarterbacks they're going to be facing. But then to drop this Cardinals game in just the fashion that they did is just really has me like not having answers. Like I'm just in the camp where it's just I don't think it's quite working out with the staff anymore. It's not just losing the game, it's having to take a timeout because you couldn't get the 11th man on offense on the field. It's taking a too many men on defense penalty coming out of a timeout. It's illegal formations on successful runs. Like these are basic ass things. like and that are like, we drill into like it's the players executing on the field, but something like a 12 guys in the huddle coming out of a timeout on defense is a coaching failure, um, by the side of the ball that hasn't fired a coordinator that that your head coach oversees because he's a former D coordinator. Like that type of stuff shouldn't happen at all. It definitely should not be happening in December. Um, and then just Killebrew with 3 special teams penalties when he's your like this type of stuff just can't happen. Like it can't happen. I don't know what else to say. Like it just can't. It cannot happen. And like good teams don't do that stuff. And it's just it really puts me in a bad spot. Really bad spot.
Yeah, that was an embarrassing loss. I came out of that one like pretty angry. Not only the fact that I was hungover from Saturday night, but then we had to wait through a couple of weather delays. We had that 4th and 1 that we did not convert, and then we gave up a 99-yard touchdown drive, in which, with the defense that we have, Minka's back, that absolutely should not happen. So it was a very demoralizing loss. And it's one of those that just makes you question the outlook on the rest of the season. Like, does it just fall apart from here? Or do we do what the Steelers do and then rally back and finish strong? But after that showing, I'm not all that hopeful. I got to be honest with you. That was awful.
Yeah. And I'm not sure, even just from a fan perspective, like what I want most out of the season anymore. Like I'm very rarely the type that just like wants to tank for like the year that Ben got hurt. I was in for tanking. I was like, what are we gonna do without our Hall of Fame quarterback? Like if we're gonna be given this gift to tank because of a quarterback injury, then let's just tank. And then of course we somehow go in 8-8. Like I don't want to go 9-8 and miss the playoffs by a game like last year. That's pointless. Um,
Yeah.
I don't. I would like to make it to the playoffs just for like because I like to try and enjoy every season for what it is. So if I'm going to invest in like watching the whole season and seeing guys progress, like then yeah, let's get in the playoffs and see what happens. But this team's we're picking up linebackers who retired to play. Like in all honesty, like even if we get there and we're playing well going into it, the most we can hope for is maybe like winning a game and pulling off something miraculous. Like I don't, we completely revamped the inside linebacker room and to no one's fault, to just injuries of with a Landon going down the last game. Like that's just like such a major issue.
It's a
That's
major
easily
blow.
attacked by people. Like you can't overcome that kind of stuff.
Yeah, the entire investment that we made in free agency at that position, I mean, it was paying off. It was working
Yeah,
out.
most
And then
certainly. Yeah.
that that injury bug just killed us. That's something we didn't really highlight was Landon Roberts' effectiveness, especially in the run game
Oh
and
yeah.
stopping it. I mean, he was just a monster. He was all over the place. And, the AFC is kind of jumbled up. We've got a lot of quarterbacks, a lot of franchise quarterbacks that are hurt out for the rest of the season. I don't know how long it's going to take for Trevor Lawrence to come back, but that looked pretty bad.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we've got Kenny out for, 2 to 4 weeks. So we may not see him again until the playoffs. So there's an opportunity there for us to get in and win a playoff game. I mean, or two. We've got a tough one coming up on Thursday with the Patriots. And we talked about that Packers game looking like the Civil War. I mean, this is going to literally between
That's gonna be
the like the offenses are so bad, it's going to look like we're fighting with like sticks and
I
rocks.
mean, we're an offense that struggles to move the ball against bad teams, as shown
Mm-hmm.
last week. Against bad defenses, we can't move the ball. And the Patriots are actually a good defense. Like when we talk about the Steelers, and I know I harp on this with you guys a lot with the Steelers defense, without turnovers, we're not a good defense. Like we're not. We give up yards like crazy. Like if you give up yards, like I think when last time I looked at it, we were like 27th in yards, but 7th in points. Like to me, that's opportunistic and a lot of luck. And that doesn't hold up over a long period of time. Like if you're giving up yards, you're likely to give up points. And like the Pats don't give up yards or points. Like they don't give up points not because they're lucky or opportunistic. They don't give up points because they don't let you move the ball. Like the Chargers, think about them all you want and like Justin Herbert, but like the Chargers can score points and they have proven to be able to score points. And they scored 6 against the Pats. 6.
Yeah, the Chargers are in a position though where they are struggling mightily. Like the last few games, 'cause I have Justin Herbert in my fantasy league, and dude kills me. I have CJ Stroud sitting on the bench, just crushing him. I don't know why I haven't started him over top of them. But the only thing I can see with that Pats game is the fact that Khalil Mack he teed off on Justin Herbert. So I have a feeling that our pass rush, whether it be TJ, whether it be Highsmith, someone's going to tee off on Bailey Zappi. We may have a Mac Jones sighting once again, and we just put it on the quarterback to beat us. We just focus on stopping the run. What I hope for is just that we do win the turnover battle, but we have Mitch Trubisky starting for us, and Lord knows every time he gets in the game, he finds a way to give the other team the ball.
Yeah. And I mean, you just can't, like, when we looked at these games, like this string of games, some of these were
Mm-hmm.
just must wins on paper and sheer because of the talent. Like that Cardinals team is not good. It's not good. It's not a good team. Like it's just not. The numbers don't back it up. I realize Kyler's back, but like
Mm-hmm.
it's not a good team. This Patriots team is not a good team. Like you can't lose these games. You can't, especially at home. Like you just can't do it. There's no excuse for not being up for them or not seizing the opportunity. Like, if it takes a similar 6-0 game, like the Chargers just had to beat the Pats, then so be it. Like I understand their defense is good and we're in a rough spot right now, but like you can't lose the game. You can't lose back to back to 2-10 teams. You just can't do it.
Yeah, no, this is a must win for us. The only thing I could say, like with the Cardinals, that's a team that beat the Cowboys. And then the Steelers, I mean, they had some good wins in there. We also beat a team that ended up beating the Chiefs last this past weekend on Sunday Night Football. So we've got some good wins in there. I feel like we could pull some things off. We just got to get refocused. And sometimes it takes our guys getting humbled in order to lock in. And you mentioned something about DJ dropping that touchdown pass against the Bengals. How immature is this guy?
Yeah,
After he
I
scores
thought
that
that
touchdown, we're
too.
down two. Like, dude, and then he wants to complain about getting catches, getting opportunities, but then when you do get opportunities, you don't always deliver. Like you would think that you would cherish the moment to be in that end zone. Now, I don't mean by celebrating, I mean by holding on to the damn football. And then when
Yeah,
you do it and your team is like down, like you're really gonna celebrate? Like, come on, man, grow the fuck up.
yeah,
I'm
it's
sorry,
the
sorry,
same.
kids.
Well, I mean that goes into it with Tomlin too. It's just like I don't know where the accountability is and the like you force him to apologize to the team because of him just not playing that next play against the Bengals.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next game he come it's just like a team, it's a team full of players who have never won anything. And like I've been listening to, the Pittsburgh radio, and there's a lot of people just comparing it to like when the Steelers were good. And it was just like a veteran led team that had all won a lot. Like, do you think? I mean, I hate doing stuff like this, but like, would DJ be doing that if like it was like the Heinz Ward Steelers of like and Santonio home like they wouldn't stand for that. But like, who in that room is going to walk over to DJ and say like, "Hey, dummy, you're down 14 points to a 2-10 team. Maybe like not celebrate." Like
Yeah,
maybe just like chill on this one, like not even like even flag it goes both ways. Like go, would a James Harrison go up to TJ and be like, "Hey, like you got a sack, we're down 20 points." Maybe don't do like the kick celebration and like maybe just, I don't know. It's tough. Like we shouldn't be in that situation, but here we are. Um, yeah, I'd rather you not be doing the kick celebration of a easy sack down 20. I'd rather you like get a 3 and out when they
I'd love
when we have them pinned at the 1 yard line. Like, how about we just do that?
I'd love a three and out. I'd love to see Joey Porter Jr. not be so handsy. And in that we had that third down play in which he got beat. And he's been so solid for us all year. and it's like he fell asleep on that play. Like that was another critical one. So there was just so many things went wrong. I mean, even Boswell missing a kick
Yeah.
outside of that Jags game where we had that bogus penalty for somebody being lined up off the ball. Like he was perfect on the year. And then for him to miss that kick, that's when I knew. I was like, this is it. We lost this game.
Even that, I mean, I flagged it in our chat. Like even that just attempt, I realized it was like 4th and 5 or something, but there was like 5 minutes left in the third. We had done absolutely nothing on offense all game.
Mm.
We were down 3 possessions. No, what was it? So 17-3. We're down 2 possessions, and you're kicking it to keep it a 2 possession game. As like the time is just running out, as our defense has not shown any ability to stop this tight end. Like, I don't know, man. Just go, like you gotta at that point you gotta make some sort of statement. It just seems like that. I don't know. I don't know. Tomlin has all this talk about living in his fears, and then all he does is make fearful decisions from time to time, and that just it's a struggle. It's a real struggle right now. I don't know
Yeah,
what end result I'm looking for, because now we missed out on like seeing what Kenny could do, because he moved the ball quite well at times in that first half. Um, moved the ball well against the Bengals. Like, could he grow some? But now it's just like what he's been injured like 5 of his 20 some games. So
mm-hmm.
now, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what they do in the offseason. I don't know what they do the rest of the rest of the season. Like, if Mitch wins games right now, like, do you play Kenny when he comes back? Because I see a world where Mitch beats these shitty teams.
Yeah, I think Mitch is going to let it fly. I mean, we're going to have to. I was thinking, I was like, my parents are pretty conservative with decisions that they make, but they can't touch Tomlin with this offense. I mean, we don't even take the shots. We look at Jake Browning with the Bengals last night against the Jags, putting up 30 plus points. Why isn't our starting quarterback
Did you
do
see his
that? And then
passing
with
chart? It was like all over the field, all over the middle of the field, 5 to 10 yards. I mean, and granted, they've got like Boyd, Higgins, Chase, and do they have Njoku, or is he on the Browns? Either way,
he's on the Browns. Yeah.
yeah, they got some. Just Boyd, Higgins, and Chase gives you 3 legit weapons. But quite frankly, right now the Steelers don't have. They don't have. Pickens is not Jamar Chase. Um, Higgins, we don't have a Higgins on our team that takes the top off the way that he can. And you know, Tyler Boyd is like what Allen Robinson wishes he maybe still was, like as a slot receiver, like dependable dude. So like they can very easily manipulate the middle of the field, different route trees, and we just don't do that. So I mean, I still think we have enough talent to like get an actual offensive coordinator in, but I don't know. I don't know what you do with the quarterback position. I don't know. It's gonna be quite the offseason.
Will be interesting. But Smo, question for you. Do we know what we have in the receiver room? Because I don't think that we give them the opportunities to be like what we see with the Bengals. I don't think we run those concepts. I don't think we take the shots in order to really tell. Because I'm telling you, Pickens, that boy is nice. And we know DJ gets open pretty much as well as anybody in the league. But like, we hardly even just take the shot just to see what Pickens will do. Like, if we're gonna let it fly, like let's experiment a little. Like, we're too
Yeah.
scared to do it.
I mean, they opened up that Cardinals game with some good runs. Kenny hit Pickens on I think it was play action. He hit him, you know,
Yeah.
seemed like they had intent to come out and do that. But yeah, I mean, it definitely just needs and I'm like borderline of like, do I want them to succeed going down the stretch? And then Tomlin just like hires Faulkner, and he's like, I want that coaching position to be opened up for the masses, and us try to like get somebody legit. Because yeah, I think we're talented enough to do. I think we're talented enough to do whatever we want on offense. Quite honestly, like we have a receiving tight end, we've got a blocking tight end, we've got 2 receivers, we've got a speedy one in Austin that we don't utilize whatsoever. Um, the times that we have, he's caught a long touchdown, was open for another, and was a little underthrown. And two good running backs. And to me, it's like it's not all on the quarterback. Like you see the route trees that Canada used to run, and they weren't over the middle. No one was there. They're doing the same shit every play, or they line up for a play, and who knows what would happen because the center can't snap him the ball. Just like,
It's something every step of the way. Like we just have something that falls apart.
dude, yeah, I
Like
mean,
why is
Mason's
it?
a problem, man. Like that dude. I thought he like provided some stability last year, but man, like I was watching replays of those people who like break down the all 22, and it was his bad snap to Kenny, his low one killed a drive, his low one to Mitch, and yeah, Mitch, next time just fall on it. Don't even think about it. But I understand like wanting to pick it up and make a play. I understand that.
Mhm.
So like, yeah, the root blame goes to like this dude who your one job is to snap the ball and you can't do it. But then there's additionally like the third down play where Kenny got hurt. Like they were breaking that down in the all 22. That was a bad snap. It was like
Mhm.
up and to the right. And it's like when you only have so much time to make a decision on what you're doing with the ball, especially at like the 4 yard line when everything is so jambled together, and you have to waste like the first second of it reaching up for the ball and making sure you have it, like jumping up to get it, making sure you have it. Like you just completely destroyed the play. Like
Yeah.
you can't snap the fucking ball. And that's your first job. Like I mean, it's such a killer, and it's not just like harping on him for one game. It's been all season. I don't understand.
Been all season. His blocking has just been completely questionable. And something that I did notice is that we talked about how Kenny will bail out of the pocket early. Something I saw was that Mitch was more willing to step up. That is something I did see. So I'm hoping something comes from that. I just hope he doesn't give the other team the ball because I feel like every game that he's come in, he's nearly turned the ball over in like that drive or the very next drive.
Yeah.
So protect the football, man. You're very well paid backup quarterback, 8 million this year. I think he's tied with Jacoby Brissett for top paid backup QB. So come on, man, give us something. Let's take some shots, see what we can do, pull out something for this Patriots game. But I will say I worry about Belichick kind of having Tomlin's number because even when we were supposed to beat them, what was that, 2 years ago? Or what, that year we had a Keller Witherspoon, and was
Yeah.
it Aguilar that went over top of him? And I mean, just
Yep.
completely ended his career with us.
Last year, early
That was
last year.
last year.
Yeah, Mitch was still
Yeah.
playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that team was bad, and this one's even worse. This you cannot lose this team. You can't. You just can't.
And
Not
it's
at
Thursday
home.
night
Not after
football.
what just happened. Like you can't.
The stigma of Thursday night football. And didn't we just have a good, yeah, I was out. Cowboys Seahawks game. That was a good one.
Yeah.
So we can't go out there and put out a dud, man. We got to have some fireworks. But looking forward, we got the Colts after that. Gardner Minshew not playing too
They're
bad.
winning games and they put up points. That won't be easy. Going to Seattle won't be easy. If Jake Browning
Nope.
learned how to throw the ball, that's not going to be easy. Um, yeah, I mean it's going to be. I expect struggles here on out. And I
Yeah, we
don't.
dropped two that
We
we
were
should.
basically like guaranteed the playoffs, and now I don't. I can very easily see us not sniffing them.
If that were to happen, this offseason is going to be very interesting. You're right.
Yeah, Tomlin's
It's
got
going
one
to have
year
to.
left. Yeah, it's some decisions are gonna have to be made.
No, I agree with you. If you had to predict the score for Thursday, who do you think?
Oh Lord, like I think I'm at my point now where I just want to pick against us and be wrong. Hopefully, be wrong. Like, I mean, I can see like some costly Mitch turnovers. Belichick having some sort of game plan that just attacks whatever our biggest weakness is, and that's probably they do have two legit pass catching tight ends named Jasecki and Hunter Henry, and we've got Lord knows who covering them. Um, God, I mean, I could easily see them beating us like 10-7, something stupid, ten
Let's say
six.
something like I was gonna say like 4-2.
9-3. I mean, yeah, I'm not expecting us to have a lot of success moving the ball. Um, and I can see us just having, if it just takes one defensive breakdown of a drive on us, which we're prone to do, I could see that happening. So yeah, maybe like 10-6 Pats.
Need TJ to be Superman once again. We need Cam Hayward. Honestly, we need them all, but I think we put it in that quarterback's hands and we make their lives hell. So I'm going to say we win the turnover battle. I'm going to give us, I'm going to say 13. Man, it's tough. I'm going to say 13-6 Steelers.
It sounds like such a horrible game.
It does. Like I think the over under. I shouldn't
The
pay attention to
lowest,
this
like
because I
almost
don't gamble.
ever.
I think it was like at like 31 or something like that,
Yeah.
or 30 and a half.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. So I mean, here it's in Australia, it'll be like Friday afternoon football, and I'll be in work meetings. So I won't be able to watch this one. I'm not gonna be able to stay away from the score. So I'm probably gonna get pings and whatnot. And maybe try
Yeah,
to
definitely.
open another browser tab somehow, but we'll see. I might be glad after the fact that I won't be able to be fully tuned in.
You're gonna have to mute notifications because we're gonna be texting. Grant's gonna get back. Oh yeah, folks. Grant was playing at the Barstool Classic this week. That's why he's not with us. The observers are traveling. Smo's gonna come back knowing how to speak Swahili. And
Oh Lord. Well,
yeah, I'm hoping we're in a better mood after this one.
it'd be nice.
But
I mean, we've come this, like I said, we've come this far, so I'd like to keep winning some games. So
yeah,
I'd rather be happy at whatever cost, but I'm not in a good spot right now when it comes to the Steelers.
I need us to get to 11 somehow. I got $100 on it. Yeah, tell me
Um,
about it.
that's a tough one.
Yeah, every time I bet on us, they just let me down. I gotta stop doing it.
Yeah, steer clear.
Well, all right, folks. Smoke, good catching up with you. I know I don't it's like middle of the day out there.
Yeah, I'm in the future. It's still Tuesday night for you, right?
Yeah.
Yep. About to be Wednesday. It's about to be happy hour on Wednesday, so I'm gonna close the day.
Enjoy. God, your sleep schedule is gonna be so off when you get
Oh
back.
yeah, most definitely.
Well, shoot. All right, man. Good catching up with you. Safe travels and all that. Enjoy.
Yeah, man. Go
All
Steelers.
right. Observers out.